Hey there everybody, Mazrock here, and today I've got an opinion piece on Guardian Druid, the big bear. And that is, what is its identity? There's a couple of things that I want to talk about here because over the course of the dragonflight beta and throughout dragonflight, they've been reworking bear, the bear tree, the spec tree, the class tree. And throughout the entire thing, I've had one consistent question I've been asking is, what's their direction with this? Where are they going with this? Before we do get into it though, please do like, comment, subscribe. It really does help out the algorithm and the channel and getting out there. Thank you for all the love and support there. I cannot do this video without the love and support of my patrons as well. There's a Patreon link down below if you wish to support me directly, where lots of early access videos do come out, because sometimes I just have a day off and I record like 6 videos and I throw them up there as Patreon rewards. So if you would like early access content, you can get that all on Patreon. There's a Discord link down below if you want to join a wonderful community full of great people, and a Twitch link if you want to come see me stream any of the tanks live. I do key streams all of the time. It has been a lot of fun. So all 6 tank specs, let's go. But today's topic of conversation is bear. And the reason I'm bringing this up today is, in my Discord or when I'm talking on stream, people kind of ask me, like, you know, what tank should I play? And they all come with varying different playstyles, right? And they're all known for something. Warriors, that tank that just doesn't take damage. Paladins, the off-healing utility tank. Monk as well is just insane utility and go-go-go-ness, while being able to kind of manage their health bar with some pretty good self-sustain now. DK is the I'm the healer now mentality. And Vengeance Demon Hunter is, well, Vengeance Demon Hunter. Everything kind of has their own identity with how they play and how they are. But Bear is formerly been known as kind of the meat shield tank, right? You just take big hits and you heal yourself back up a little bit or whatever, and you just have boatloads of HP, but I feel like that's kind of gone now. It's also been known as the beginner-friendly tank. It's easier to play, there's the rotation is easier to pick up and kind of move along and go there, but it can be a little boring, and I would actually argue that that's not as much the case anymore either. Blizzard has come out and said that they want the Guardian Druid to be a beginner-friendly, more beginner-friendly tank as well. They've said it in a couple of blue posts that are buried deep in the Wowhead archives, but they are there. With the new talent tree system in Dragonflight, Bear has gotten a lot more complex, and with one change in particular, where during Berserk or Incarn, if you don't have Incarn Talented, which why wouldn't you, but some people don't, Thrash's cooldown is no longer reduced by 100%, it's 50%, which means during those Berserk and Incarn windows, you cannot just spam Thrash and win. You actually have to have some sort of rotation going through and playing it correctly enough, so it is not, a one-button tank anymore. It does require some thought, and there are different builds, whether you want to play laser build or whether you want to play physical build right now. There's different ways they're going, but it feels to me like the tree is lacking something. The spec tree is lacking something, the tank is lacking something, and that is its identity. What kind of tank is it? And right now it just feels like it's falling a little short. And I understand people watching this video are going to comment, and please comment civilly. I would love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section down below here, but it just isn't a meat shield anymore. Like, it doesn't take magic hits very well at all, and it's not, it doesn't even have like one of the highest base pools of health anymore. It's very actually consistent with other tanks at that level. For my eye level, I have 4 tanks right now around item level 400, and the amount of health that Bear has versus others isn't that much more or less than other specs. And I think if they went with a direction of it's going to be a meat shield, personally, I think the mastery needs to be reworked a little bit. While the amount of attack power that you get from mastery should probably remain the same, or you could bump it up a little bit more. I'm not here to discuss that exact tuning. But the amount of health that you get from that mastery should be way more. In my opinion, if you're going to have a meat shield based identity, you should have far and beyond more health than any other tank. And that shouldn't even be a question. Per stamina point, bear should have more health than anyone. But if that's not the direction they want to go, and they want to formulate a new direction, a new path for it, because in my opinion, I still think they are working on that tree. They're still figuring things out where they're going, and I think they're decently happy with it. And in fact, I'm decently happy with the spec tree. Do I still think it needs tuning? Yes. Do I still think there's some fundamental problems with bear in high-end keys? Yes, but right now, at item level 400, 401, 402, along with all of my other tanks at that level, I am having no more or less problems on bear than any other tank. And I can honestly see myself doing plus 20s as a bear and not having any more or less problems than any other tank, than any of the other tanks, where the problem gets amplified greatly, and I can see where some of these shortcomings are going to come into play is definitely in those higher end bleeding edge keys, 25s, 26s, 24s, whatever have you not. You can see where the shortcomings are going to get amplified to a point where it's just not really workable. And that is its own discussion and its own merits for sure. But where would you like to see bear go? What direction would you like to see it be in? I would like to see it get more damage reduction, and with the customizability of the trees and what they're doing, I would like to see some sort of like maybe an iron fur customization where you could reduce the amount of armor that you gain from iron fur, but you could gain more magic resistance from iron fur stacks or something like that, where like you have more magical type furs. You could customize things like that, code that into the game and make it work to kind of add some customizability. And magical bears, they're all throughout World of Warcraft. Some of the most popular skins for bears right now are the jelly bears, the pink, red, purple, red, green, the jelly beans. So you see people tanking those all of the time. So why not add some sort of magic customization to how they defend themselves, to how they do damage, or things like that. And especially since laser bear is actually a lot more popular right now, especially once you start getting into the higher end keys versus the physical build. Something like that could make a lot of sense, right? And adding the flavor text of what you do with your fur while you're in bear tank mode of, do you want more physical defense, more magical defense, or whatever have you not. Yes, I know I'm not using the proper terminologies for the stats, but it's just to get the basic point across, because this video is, I don't know where they're going with bear yet and in a direction. I just don't see it because it's lacking that identity. Right? Every other tank has something, right? Has that identity, but bear's kind of lacking out on that right now. And I feel because it's lacking out on that identity, it doesn't have a proper direction to go in. And I would like to see something change. I would like to see bear get better, because I have done more bear keys in Dragonflight than I think I did all of Shadowlands right now, and that's because I'm having stupid amounts of fun with the spec itself. But like I said, I can see where shortcomings are going to get amplified in much higher end keys. The community conception around bear right now is that they are complete garbage at any level of key, and I don't think that's right at all. I am doing 15, 16, 17s with 0 issues on fortified or tyrannical, and I'm actually capable of doing a lot of stops and just being a good tank and not dying and holding threat and doing damage. But what bear is, I feel, is missing. I think the meat shield, right off the bat, I think the meat shield identity is great, but they need to have the stamina, a health pool to be able to support that. Where, let's say a flash of light off a priest, or any healing, one of the main healing spells off any of the healers would heal someone for, let's say, 20% of their health. Bear, it should be like 10% because they have so much health. Like, they are just walls of HP, and that's fine if you can get there, right? And I would like to see some sort of more magical, this is a very popular sentiment within the bear community itself, is they need more magical damage reduction. That is absolutely true. With the amount of magical damage that is in Dragonflight right now, it has been amplified big time. They need something a little extra to be able to help them get through that. Every tank needs something. This is the one thing that bears really, really need. I don't know. I'm not a class designer or a dev. I am giving my opinion here. This is an opinion piece. But that's where I'm going. And as the tree keeps getting reworked, or has been getting reworked since the first one of beta being the mess that it was to what it is now, I'm still missing that direction. I don't know, and I think it's because it's missing an identity. Let's try and find some sort of identity as a community for Bear, and then with that, Blizzard can work off that, right? Because we have noticed that Blizzard is working off feedback. They are doing great things with the tank specs. You know, look at Warrior, look at the recent Paladin remake, the changes that they just made to Brewmaster. Vengeance still needs a little bit of a rework. Blood is in a great spot, but the tree's a little bit too rigid, but it does its job just great. Everything's kind of getting there, and it's getting to a point where, holy crap, Blizzard, the balance is amazing here, but this I still feel is lacking a little bit. But my 2 cents. What do you guys think? I would love to hear what you guys think in the comment section down below. Thank you very much for listening, everyone. Have yourselves a good one, and happy tanking. Bye.